Hey, everybody. You may remember this time last year, we interviewed our 2023 Broker of the Year award recipient, Beth McLeod from Alliant. I'm really excited to introduce you to our 2024 Broker of the Year, Emily Adams from USI. Welcome, Emily.
Hey Joe, thank you so much for having me.
Oh, happy to have you. Emily, one thing I was thinking about this when I saw your name come across as Broker of the Year. Beth McLeod last year, who won the award, has been writing Difference Card for, gosh, I think over 15 years. And if I'm not mistaken, you wrote your first case with us just in 2023. Just
Yeah.
curious, how did you get introduced to the Difference Card?
Was someone from USI Corporate. I'm very grateful for the opportunity to work for this company because there are a lot of people out there that are constantly searching for something that would be different, better, and provide an opportunity to lower healthcare costs. And so a couple of years ago, we were introduced to the difference card. I wish I would have known about it 15 years ago. But I'm really glad to kind of have it in my bag of tricks now.
And we're happy to have you as well. And as you think about, like, I don't know if it's that first case, or is there a particular success story you'd be willing to share with the audience?
I wouldn't say a particular success story, but one thing that I absolutely love is meeting with employees. And so I really, when I put stuff like this in place that is a little bit different than, traditional healthcare arrangement with, copays and deductibles and all of the things. I like to go out and talk to employees about it, and especially members that might have you know, challenges like my family does, trying to provide care for a very expensive little type 1 diabetic who's quite lovely. And she's lucky she's cute because she's real expensive. But, to be able to sit down with them and talk to them about, the benefits of the difference card, having that first dollar benefit, the money that's loaded on that difference card, MasterCard to use starting at the beginning of the year and going away from the type of a plan that has a deductible restart on January 1, and then you start, freaking out about how you're going to pay for the thousands of dollars of care that you and your family might need, right, starting in January. So kind of talking to them about what the situation is going to look like or what the structure is going to look like for them going forward, and making sure that they understand that it's a huge benefit and a huge win for them and their family to have those funds from their employer on that card.
Yeah, we couldn't agree more. I mean, healthcare is just getting more and more expensive, and the trend seems to be to just push cost onto the employees. And these employees, it's unsustainable. So we're right there with you and trying to at least do our part in helping to bring down that cost. And one thing, Emily, I was looking through at least your client list, the ones that we have mutual clients. You seem to have carved out a little niche, at least with us in the manufacturing space. And I'm just curious,
Yeah.
what is that just luck of the draw with difference card, or is that a space that you do a lot in, and why does the difference card seem to work well in that space?
That's a good question. I do have a lot of manufacturing clients. A lot of them are self-funded. So for the clients that I placed with the difference card over the last couple of years, they're still fully insured. We may be evaluating self-funding for them every single year, but with the opportunity to add the difference card benefit on top of the plan designs, it's enabled us to have almost like a hybrid self-funded arrangement where we're evaluating what the claims spend really might look like, because we're getting that reporting from you guys, which we might not be getting from the insurance carrier, which is really, really helpful. Um, the manufacturing has been a good space, I think, to implement it. And then it also tends to sometimes be a population that has higher than average medical debt. So, the opportunity for people to maybe go and get care that they've been holding off because they don't think that they can afford it, which is a huge win, or making sure that they are getting and able to pay for the stuff that they and their family members need throughout the year.
Yeah, that makes total sense. Um, it's funny, you just gave me maybe the answer to my next question about, uniqueness, but I'm sure in your seat at USI, you're at a top brokerage firm, and I've spent some time on the brokerage side as well, so I know just how hard it is. But you must be getting calls every day from vendors out there trying to say, "Look at my solution, look at this, look at that." Um, what do you think, difference card obviously in 2023 was something that came across your desk that you were recommended by a colleague that you trusted. What do you think makes the difference card unique in your eyes?
Honestly, it's the card. I have a lot of clients that are we have on a traditional HRA type of an arrangement, where you try to explain to a member that, the first couple $1,000s of their plan are going to be paid for, by the employer, or the reverse, where they pay the first amount, the employer pays the rest of the amount. But all of that gets lost. But having that card in their wallet is like a regular reminder of, wow, I do have money that's available for me and my family for our healthcare needs.
Yeah.
Um, that's been pretty huge.
And then, as you might imagine, we work with brokers all across the country, so there might be quite a few brokers watching this interview. And as I mentioned earlier, I've been on the broker side myself, so I know how hard it is to differentiate. But you being here today is a testament to your success and the success of USI. And as I think about USI and yourself, Emily, what do you think are some of the reasons that you've been so successful?
Um, for me specifically, I really care about making change, and helping people. So, I feel like 2 years ago, my oldest was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, and I've been doing this for a while, and I understand the challenges of navigating the healthcare system and whatnot. Um, I didn't really understand like the the huge expense that can come with a chronic illness. Um, like I understood it, but I didn't feel it.
Yep.
And now our family feels it. Um, and uh, I'll just go off on a little bit of a tangent, but insulin has been around for 100 years. Why, when it was sold for $1 by Frederick Banting 100 years ago, because he did not want to make money, he just wanted to change lives, why now we're paying thousands of dollars for our insulin on a monthly basis, and all of her supplies and whatnot is beyond me. And I take my position professionally very seriously because I want to help people navigate and make better choices and know that, there are solutions out there, there is help out there, but helping them find it is sometimes the hardest part.
Yep.
And I want, to empower my team, and, my clients to be able to help all of the people that they employ. And healthcare in America is very challenging. It's a mess. And, I take my job very seriously, and being provided the opportunity to help others navigate through all of that and make, especially like a chronic illness or a chronic um, healthcare expense, a little bit easier.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing, right? We both work in this space every day, and it still can be challenging. And this is sounds like this is pretty personal for you. So I think that honestly is probably what led to a lot of your or leads to a lot of your success because it is personal, and it is challenging.
Crusade, quite honestly.
Yeah, and I just think trying to just to educate others and help with this affordability crisis is a big reason that I think you're so good at what you do. Um, as we wrap here, Emily, this is an industry that never seems to stand still. And as we've just entered 2025, but in our business, we're always looking forward. We're looking forward. Any predictions for the end of this year and even if you're daring into 2026 for our industry?
Oh my gosh. Well, I don't think the affordability crisis is going to go away. I think that it's probably going to get worse before it gets better, which is hard to say and hard to think about. Um, I what I tell my employer clients all of the time is that managing healthcare spend is hard, but we can do hard things together. And you have to be willing to think differently, be creative, work a little bit harder than maybe you want to, and be a little bit more available to those who may need you in order to make it work. So, I'm not the broker that, just takes a renewal, wraps it up, and moves on. I try to take, healthcare budgets for each client very seriously, and considering it even like my own personal budget, like what would I want my broker if this was my plan to do? So we're constantly searching and constantly evolving. But I would say that my recommendation to everybody would definitely be to empower yourself and your teams to think differently and work a little bit harder because that's where all of the good stuff happens.
I love that. And Emily, maybe one last question. Do you, I know you're in the Ohio market in the Cleveland area. Do you have clients all across the country? Do you work with clients of all sizes? Maybe just let us know what type of clients that you work best with.
Yeah. I do have clients all over the country. We joke in my office that my book is sometimes like the most complex. Like I attract the clients that have the most complex problems to try to solve, which is funny because it takes just more time and energy, but that's okay. Um, it's mostly manufacturing, I would say, not a ton of white collar environments. Um, but yeah, I mean, we can work with anybody, and I'm always happy to be, brought on and trusted to help solve some of these companies' biggest problems.
Awesome. Well, thank you. And Emily, thank you again, and congratulations on this achievement. We at the Difference Card can't wait to see what you do, the rest of this year and into the future. Thank you again for joining us, and everybody have a great day.
Thanks for thinking of me.
Thanks, everybody.